Welcome to a brand new. If you hear a cat, I'm just gonna not cat, but if you hear a cat, it's not cat, it's a cat. Welcome to. He just started just as I hit the button to go over next. You are very welcome to the first episode of a brand new campaign here at D8 Dungeon. You might recognize some of our faces. You might even recognize some of the character names that are about to appear on screen. But you are watching Chapter 1. It starts with a letter here at our brand new series, Beyond Horizon's Edge. And very, very excited to be back live streaming, though we are recording the first episode, and then we're going to be in chatting with you hopefully as this goes out. But we are returning to a world that, if you were following any of our previous stream campaigns here on Twitch, Rise of the Forsaken, we are returning to that world, but we are completely restarting our story, and it's not even the same campaign. It's not the same story that we want to tell. So we're doing something entirely new, but with some familiar characters. So without further delay, I think, why don't we go around, introduce ourselves, and while you're doing that, maybe introduce your character. And I just realized that, again, that we're not live streaming. So if you were watching the stream, you don't know where you are on my screen. So I would say let's go alphabetically with real people's names.
Oh no! I had to look at everyone's name on the screen. Okay, hi. I'm Kat or Kato, and I am playing Minnie. He is a Fearbolg wizard. Do we describe what they look like?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, let's do that now.
She is a 7 foot tall Firbolg, very, very slender. Probably looks like she weighs like 90 pound wet. She's got long, shaggy, light pink hair and really light white fur instead of skin. I'm sure she has skin, but you can't see it because there's fur. And she's very flat features. She's very like lamb-like or sheep-like in the face. Long, drippy ears, and really nice, very, very understated plain clothing, like a couple of dresses, a little apron, little tote bag that she keeps all of her little books and things in. And yeah, that's it. That's Minnie.
Awesome. Thanks, Kat.
Yeah.
Eilish?
So I'm Eilish. I play Dayara. But it's a different version of Dayara to the previous one in Rise of the Forsaken. She is still a tiefling. But she is slightly more roguish than Bard. And does she look different? Her horns are a little bit different. Her horns are a little bit white. They're black instead of white. She's a little bit older and a little bit older and a little bit. No, she's not wiser. But yeah, she pretty much still. She pretty much still. So she's got quite pale pink skin. Quite pale pink skin. Like a shock of white hair. She dresses a little better now. She's kind of grown into her own style. Still very kind of but rock and roll. Elegant rock and roll. Elegant like Stevie Nicks. Like Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks the tiefling.
Yeah.
Thanks, Eilish. Emma?
So I'm playing a character called Regiment, who you may or may not have seen before in the Rise of the Forsaken stream. He's slightly different now. He's older, but he still looks the same, which is kind of reddish hair, tartan brown leather clothing. He's a dwarf fighter, so he's quite short, but nonetheless still very cool.
Obvious.
He's probably a little softer now. But yeah, he's just grown up in this very hard world.
Oh.
That wasn't my fault. That all happened before we started playing. And Richard.
I'm Richard. Hi. We'll be playing Annam. Hi. We're playing Annam. Annam is the Bruce Lee build 0% body fats, but looks very thin for it. It's got very feminine facial features. It's got very feminine facial features, small frame, soft face, small frame, and he's the man that they refer to as the ogre. Dressed in winter layers, preferring thick coat scarves, cloak, anything he can wrap around himself.
Awesome. Over the next couple of sessions, weeks, months, we are going to be getting trips with our cast and our characters, and as events get thrown at us, and as you undoubtedly go completely in a direction all of your own development, we're gonna see kind of how it all kind of shapes out and kind of comes together. And as or rather, before we kind of dive into it, there are a couple of things to just, I guess, kind of introduce myself. I'm Declan. I'm a forever DM. And
that's a lie. That's a lie.
How is that a lie?
You alternate DMing. With some other DMs in your random DMs.
Sorry, correct. In a game where I may be a DM, sometimes I'm not the DM, and I get to be a player. I also play in a campaign with some friends of D8 Dungeon, A Tale of D20s. I get to play in a game with them, and but for the most part, 90% of the time, I am the DM, and I am very, very excited to come back to the world of Down, and to have obviously Eilish and Emma and Kat come back and bring their characters with them, and come at them from new angles in a very, very new story, and then to have Richard join us. Kind of a slight spoiler, we've already played a session in this, and it went good.
Great.
Absolutely good. And
It did though. You said like it didn't.
For you, I was at half. By like 10 minutes in.
And that was just from dealing with Eileen. No, it was an absolute blast getting to go back into it. So we are really, really excited to kickstart something new and see where it goes. And you might again, if you were following Rise of the Forsaken in the first season and a half that we were able to kind of get through, you might be familiar with some of the locations, even some of the NPCs. They still exist in this world. I didn't do a rewrite or a complete restructuring of any of those spaces, but there are one or two new additions that I hope you enjoy as we get through it. Yeah, and I think without further delay, let's see what happens. And to get a better sense of everybody's characters, and this is something that we'll see how it goes for the first couple of sessions, but we're going to start each session with a question about your character. And for our first session, our question is, what is something that your character cherishes? And I'd say let's work backwards. So it'll be Richard, Emma, Eilish, Kat.
Annam cherishes a Trinity Knot class that he has. An island that belonged to his mother. He's always considered that wherever she went, she took home with him. She took home with him. Home is because home is the people, not the place. It's all he has. So it's to remind him of home.
Lovely. Emma?
Yes. So if anyone asks, Reginald will tell you that it's war axe that's been handed down through the generations. Every time you pass it on, your child that you get to engrave your name into it, that he gets to engrave his. But what's actually true is he has a recipe book that he's been working on, and he's been fixing the recipes every time he tries, and he keeps that much closer to his heart than this axe.
Eilish?
Diara's is her dagger. It's like bejeweled handle that she stole from her family. Temporarily borrowed time ago. A long time ago. It has got her out of more than one sticky situation. So she keeps that very close to her heart.
And Kat?
Minnie treasures her storybook, which is also her arcane focus. It's a lovely leather-bound, classic fairy tale book with some beautiful wood print illustrations in it, and some little author annotations, or maybe the author, maybe a previous owner, little handwritten annotations in the corners and the side of the pages that sometimes she contributes to as well with her own little musings.
Those are all cute, and I promise not to use them against you.
Wow.
No, genuinely. Genuinely, it's not a fishing expedition. It's just it's a nice way of kind of just getting a little, I guess, kind of behind the scenes for your character and why they might act the way they do as we progress through the story. And without further delay, for some of you, it's been well over a decade since you arrived on Inishtarug, or if you travelled or were from the island, that you moved south towards the village of Canuck, a space that nothing ever really happens there. The biggest event was over half a century ago, when Byron Greenshield, a former mercenary and renowned hero, set up a guild hall to train the next generation of heroes and adventurers in a building he called Summer's Keep, that sits atop a hain, the first hill that overlooks the sleepy village of Canuck. It's here that you have called home and your place of employment. It stood once as a symbol of your potential and prospects at carving your name in history, becoming a hero of legend, taking and following in the footsteps of such great heroes as Byron. Those 10 years passed with a waning sense of purpose. Whether apathy slowly crept in or a sudden wallop of a realization, the missions, the adventures, the quests, the tasks, none of these are great and noble deeds. None of these see you coming face to face with true adversity, real danger. And as your skills developed with sword, shield, bow, or magic, you found yourself just tiring of it all. And you weren't the only ones. Many who had called themselves apprentices, disciples, fledgling adventurers, all under the tutelage of Byron, eventually left or drifted away. You four have found yourselves anchored here, stuck almost. Your tasks have become less about going out into the field and more about the general upkeep of your home, of your place of work, be it in the library, the training yard, the kitchens, stock rooms, even the farm. You are as much a part of the building as the rafters or the tiles or the furniture. And for the longest time, it has just been the four of you and Byron and the odd, aging guild house staff. But those numbers have dwindled as much as the heroes have, and many of the dormitories now lie empty and locked. 6 months ago, 4 new recruits joined Summer's Keep, and there was an injection of life and enthusiasm, but that quickly faded. And the monotony of your life, of your existence, has sort of taken over again. And as you wake another morning, deep into autumn, on the cusp of the circle of winter, you feel sort of a cold wind just sort of drifting through the house and settling and biting at any sort of exposed skin that lays bare. It's morning, and you can hear a commotion coming down, echoing, bouncing off the walls in the hall. There's some activity happening. Muddied in all of that, the Mooney, Diara, Annam, you are once again perplexed by the whistling snores from Regiment, who has yet to rise. What are the 3 of you doing?
Are we all in the same room?
So your dormitories are across from each other. Regiment's particular tune can be heard across the hall and 2 doors down.
What's the sound that we hear?
Yeah, a little pitchier than that. It's definitely any exhaled air is kind of getting caught in the clumps of kind of nose hair and beard, and it kind of whistles through it the same way, Mooney, the sea breeze sort of whistles through, sand reeds and over dunes, and it's actually quite, if you could just hear the ocean, you'd mistake yourself for living next to the sea.
Lily closes her eyes and sinks deeper into the bed.
Diara is going to aggressively throw duvet covers off, pick up one of her akin to Doc Martin boots, walk to the door and at Reggie's door. Throw it at Reggie's door.
give me you make an attack roll. And you can use your because I'm assuming you have like a dagger. Yeah, you do. You have daggers, so you can make an attack roll with your dagger, but your dagger is your boot.
Okay.
It's just going to do 1 damage to the door. It's not going to smash the door or anything like that. But...
Okay, great. Okay, well, that's a 13. Well, that's a 13. 6 is 19. 6 is 19.
I should have prefaced, I don't think we said this at the start. All of the characters, all the players are playing level 10 characters. They are accomplished, established adventurers who, for one reason or another, don't really find themselves engaging with that vocation any further. And Dara, boot in hand and gripped so that your knuckles have gone white. The floor is ice cold, and that just makes you angrier. And as you open the door, you can hear giggling and laughter coming from the main hall, and you definitely can hear Sunny and Bursat laughing away to themselves. They're laughing about something, and you can hear other voices kind of mingling with all of it, but you're not quite sure what Kedrick has said, but Alasha seems to be kind of making fun of him, and Sunny and Bursat are just losing themselves altogether at this. But that is another annoyance that you can deal with afterwards. Boot in hand, you chuck it. And Annam, there is this very heavy, familiar thud of a hard black leather boot being just chucked at the door, size 6. You know it makes that familiar thud. It doesn't do anything to rouse Regiment, even in the slightest.
That's our code for if Annam doesn't wake him up. If Annam doesn't wake him up,
Adam is sitting in the middle of the room, cross-legged, and trying to meditate. As the boot hits the door, he doesn't even open his eyes. Just goes, "Good morning." And he stands up. Stands up, and starts rolling Reggie in the bed.
He'll just do a few snorts.
You are snoring too loud. Too loud.
Yes,
too loud.
Why is it the problem?
Too loud. Also, it's very cold. Maybe that's why.
You really? Because usually when I'm warmer, I snore more. I get a bit nasally in the heat. But,
well, control your snoring. You're upsetting people.
Okay. I don't know how to do that. Yeah. I don't know how to do that. I'm just close the door. Close the door.
The snoring has stopped, Dara, and when the boot kind of bounded off the door and you heard Annam kind of acknowledge your wake-up call, the giggling and the laughter stopped at that same moment.
She's going to retrieve her boot and go back in to
Dara. Oh, you're up. Would you be a good girl? And like as you kind of step out into the hall, Dara, Byron, the guildmaster, a halfling well into kind of his hundreds, just sort of. I mean, he's old, but like he moves like a ninja, and it's that thing of like because you looked out when you threw the boot. He wasn't there a second ago, but now he's there, and he's just taking you by the kind of the forearm. He's holding your hand, and his hand is very, very warm. As you look down, you see that his face is very, very puffy, and he's just got like 2 kind of sticky patches right under his nose, which is kind of swollen, and he's looking up at you with these really glassy red eyes. You wouldn't by any chance go out to Eileen Cypress asking for some ginger thistle tea?
Do
I think I'm dying. It's definitely death this time.
Oh, we can only hope. Yeah, go back to bed. I'll bring it up to you. Go back to bed. I'll bring it up to you.
And 2 butter rolls as well.
No problem.
And some
No
bacon.
problem. Night, Byron.
Half a
Night,
dozen
Byron.
eggs as well. I have to keep up my protein levels.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Any day now.
And a hot
Any
water
day now.
bottle as well, if you don't mind. It's very cold in the bottle. And a fire.
Sweetheart. No problem. No problem.
And 2 blankets.
You just get
And
back
will you
into
ask me
bed
to
and
get
we'll
me
take
2
care
new
of
books
it.
as
And
well,
we'll take
'cause
care of
I read the last book and I didn't like it.
Because you can't read. Okay. Anyway, into bed. Anyway, come on now. And she's just kind of shuffling him back like a senile old granddad.
He's wrapped like he stands just under 4 foot, and he just has this mop of brown curls that kind of dangle around the peak of his head. He has lost just the flat of his skull; all the hair has fallen out, and it's just this sort of ring of brown and greying brown curls, and he's draped in the thickest blanket, and he's wearing about 2 layers of dressing gowns and pajamas that are a little too long in the leg and a little too short in the top, because his little pot belly is kind of hanging out a small bit. And you
He's Daddy DeVito.
Yeah, he's Daddy DeVito.
DeVito.
And you can see that there is a very old scar kind of running up just next to his belly button, and he just kind of, like, when he sees you kind of notice, he kind of pulls the top down a little bit, and then he kind of pulls the blankets a little bit closer around him. And also, will you get Richmond to take the 4 new ones outside and give them their training? I don't really feel like I'm able for it today, Tyra.
No problem.
Yeah,
That's okay. And she's like tucking him in, as trying to back out of the
Well, you ask Mooney to take care of Alasha. Like, I'm
Of
just
course.
the mad
I
guy,
will. And she's slowly closing the door.
And there's a new delivery coming from the village as well that Annam is probably going to have to go down and get, because I forgot to tell them to deliver it.
Now she's standing outside the door. Holding the bridge of her nose. And then she stamps over to Reggie and Adam's room, and just Reggie and Adam's room
opens the door, cracks. Is he going? The door cracks.
Yes.
Is he going?
You need to go get a delivery. He needs to bring out the new recruit. I have to go get dressed. And then she just storms into her room and slams the door.
Minnie's halfway getting into her dresses, and she's like, lots of shawls on today because it's awfully cold. And she wouldn't watch the whole thing with your man Green Shield. Just look at the hour and just goes, he actually really reminds me of someone. I don't know who though, but I think they like to eat a lot too.
Did they?
Although he doesn't like to eat a lot. Maybe that's he reminds me of. He just reminds me of everyone I've ever met ever.
Did you hear the part where you have to help Balasha?
Which one's that again?
I don't know.
Is she the one with the face?
Yeah, the annoying one. Yeah, the annoying one.
That doesn't narrow it down.
No, it really doesn't, does it? No, it really doesn't, does it? The one with no horns.
That also doesn't narrow it down.
Well, I don't know.
What if we just go into the main hall and just scream the name really loud and see he looks over at me?
I mean, if you scream it really loud, they're all going to look at you.
Maybe I'll whisper it quietly. But maybe that will creep her out, and then she won't want to approach me at all. What if I just don't do anything at all until she comes to me?
I don't think she knows.
I really like that idea. I think I'm gonna do that and just see what happens.
Okay. That's sure. Why not? Sure. I have to go get flu medicine from Eileen. She's been like frantically dressing as she has this conversation with Mooney. And she just takes a look in the mirror and just takes a look in the mirror and just kind of clearly still bedhead and walks out and stomps down the stairs.
Mooney comes with her.
Okay. Regiment and Annam.
and wants to wrap Reggie's blanket around him and lift Reggie's blanket around him and lift just start walking out of the room. Just start walking out of the room.
Why? He's kicking and trashing. He's kicking and trashing. He's trying grab onto any clothes he can grab onto any clothes he can find.
Richmond burrito.
Yeah. Byron wants you to train the new recruits.
No. I'll stop snoring if I don't have to do this. It means that I don't have to do this.
You should stop snoring anyway. That's
not true. It's melodic. That's not true. It's melodic and it helps clear my brain.
Oh, come on.
So he's kicking, screaming.
It's a fun thing to do. It's a fun thing to do.
That's not true. That's not true.
It is. You're impacting. You're impacting. You're teaching the next generation of adventurers to be just like you.
All right, listen. I'll swap you. I'll go get the delivery. You train the recruits.
Technically, if it's not being delivered, it's not delivered.
I'll go get the stuff. You train the recruits. It'll be great. It will all work out. And you know what? It will all work out. And you know what? You get to build generation of adventurers and train them to be just like you.
I can imagine that nothing Byron would look like less. But okay.
What do I forget?
You know what? I don't know.
I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out.
She knows everything. Ask Eileen. She knows everything.
Freshman's gonna run downstairs before Adam changes his mind.
Okay. A moment or two after Diarra and Mooney leave their quarters, Regiment and Annam, you shuffle out, having swapped tasks. And Diarra and Mooney, you see that the 4 new recruits, it's been 6 months, but they're the newest thing to arrive at the guild hall since Eileen brought a family of cats. That was kind of the last the new recruits, and even then only 3 out of the 8 stuck around. The other 5, who knows? But they're sitting in the common room. And again, it's kind of an open space, the common room, just down the stairs next to the main hall. You see the rather enthusiastic faces of Kedrick, Alasha, Sunny, and Bursat. Kedrick, a wood elf ranger, just under 6 foot tall, very sort of pale pink skin, a mop of rusty blonde curls with a very, very sharp tapered cut down the back. Kind of sitting there, arms folded, pouting a little bit. He looks a little off. Sort of mimicking his posture and even the look on his face is Alasha, a tiefling sorceress. She does have horns, but they are hidden under just this mound of dark green curls that just sort of swallow up these sort of spindly. They look almost brittle. The horns on her head. She's a dark gold colored, skin colored tiefling with just these very, very pale, milky eyes. She, seeing the 2 of you, followed by Regiment and Annam, kind of coming down the stairs, she kind of rolls her eyes a little bit and gives kind of a smile. Sunny and Bursat are sitting together at a table, and Sunny is a furbolg as well, with sort of teal teal fur, and just these long kind of droopy, kind of almost like cow ears, and just this again this wispy, wavy, pink and orange faux hawk, kind of just sort of pulled and kind of twisted in loads of different directions. He's currently just kind of like breaking off pieces from butter rolls and dipping them into little pots of jam, and he's popping them into the mouth of his other half, Bursat, a mountain dwarf woman, with very, very tight, buzz cut, black hair. She's very, very piercing blue eyes, and much leaner than any kind of dwarf you would know, like much leaner even kind of than Reggie. She's quite strong looking, but not as bulky. Like she, and there's a heavy hammer sitting next to her, but in her lap there they are, and you can hear them wheezing, because every time she gets a mouthful of butter roll, she kind of giggles to herself and she squirms about in the chair, and the bagpipes that are sitting in her lap let out kind of a nasally and Sonny kind of like chuckles to himself every time, because her laugh reminds him of the bagpipes, and the bagpipes remind him of her laugh. And yeah, they're the first two to kind of acknowledge the pair of you, and Sonny just gives you kind of a big morning.
Lorden.
Tayara gives him a and just keeps walking towards.
Eileen said that she had to go down to the village, that there wasn't enough for everybody, and he looks down at the empty basket of butter rolls.
She's just staring at him.
Bursat has like a low blood sugars and first thing in the morning, and it's really important that she has breakfast.
Tayara's just gonna turn around and walk into the kitchen and look for. Eileen would have little remedy pouches stashed in the drawers. Because Byron gets sick a lot. I feel since he's aged. So she'll fill a pan with water and one of them dump into it.
Okay, give me a medicine check.
I don't know if I'm good at that. Whoa, I don't know what I just did. I'm trying to stab someone. Medicine. Oh, F plus 2. That is a 8.
You're not really sure. Like you know she has a tin that she keeps kind of little poultices and dried herbs and stuff in, and they all kind of smell the same anyway. She's never really kind of taken like. Look, you're not a healer. You're not really. You just know that this is the stuff that she uses if anyone comes back with an upset tummy or something like that. And you grab one at random, and yeah, she again. There's nothing labeled. There's nothing named. Oftentimes, you would just see Eileen just kind of a snuff of one, and go, yeah, that'll cure. Yeah, that'll be the thing there that you need. And you take it, and it's just a small. Kind of thick burlap cloth, and you can you feel the herbs inside, like they're very dry, and they kind of crunch, and there is just sort of a that smells like medicine kind of smell off of it, and you just drop it into the pot of water that's boiling away. There's a very strong smell, like as the water comes to a boil, and you can see that like the water slowly starts to kind of stain a yellowish color, and yellow is a medicine, like that's a if it's lemon. Yellow it's good for you.
Lemon.
And it's quite a it is kind of a sickly spicy smell, That's kind of coming
Just
from
making
it.
curry. Just making curry.
But yeah, it does. It smells like medicine and it looks like medicine. It's medicine.
Okay. Yeah, she just gives it a bit and sits with her, or just leans against the stove and crosses her arms and is just like this has got to be the worst possible thing that I could be doing right now. And then waits for fate to tempt her.
Mooney, Annam, and Regiment, you have all kind of found yourselves just kind of on the edge of the common room, kind of in the main hall where visitors would attend. When it used to be attended by a clerk, there's a large desk. There's nobody there right now. There's a very thin layer of dust having gathered on it. And the 4 new recruits kind of all look to the 3 of you. Carrick, immediately, his whole body language changes when he sees you, Annam, in fact. And he kind of stands up and he kind of brushes off some of the crumbs from the roll that he'd been kind of playing with. Good morning, sir.
I greet them all, but specifically I greet Sonny and Giant. And I try to ignore the fact that he's being weird. And I'll just sit down for my own breakfast.
He looks, and like Alasha, it kind of like, again, she just rolls her eyes. I trust you had a good night's rest. You look like you look like you.
Look. Let's just have breakfast. Today I will be taking you all for training.
Yes!
We can do niceties then.
Oh,
But yes, slept very well. Thank you for asking.
And he says, and again, Alasha, there's just a groan out of Alasha.
Something on your mind?
Lots.
Your face. I would never have guessed. Looks empty in there.
Well, looks can be deceiving.
Can they though?
I overheard.
Did you leave your horns in your room?
Very, very clever. Mooney, I overheard Master Greenshield saying that you are covering my magic lessons this morning.
Oh, you're Alasha.
Yes, I'm Alasha. I've been here for 6 months. We've studied together a little bit. I work with you in the library occasionally.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, what was I supposed to be doing with you today?
Well, Master Greenshield speaks quite highly of your arcane abilities, and seeing as how and she kind of looks at you, and I'm just coming into my prime. I feel that, or rather he felt that somebody of your experience, skill, would be able to guide me further along.
Well, I could give it a try. I guess. But you really said that I'm the one to do that. I'm of some merit for teaching.
No, it's just that he's unwell, and well, you're the only other person here that is capable of...
See, now that makes more sense. But I suppose I could maybe show you a thing or two if you want.
I don't think I have a choice.
Neither do us. But we'll give it a shot, shouldn't we?
Yes, we should. It's like I left everybody behind to come here.
Who'd you leave behind? Who'd you leave behind?
A fiance, my family, their family, my career. But it's fine. It's fine. This is way better.
Wow.
It's okay. We all brought all that stuff with us, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, my family's pretty much up the road, and I can go see them whenever I want. Your fiance, he probably hates you now. I mean, you're probably dead to your entire family. Maybe he had like so much money, and you were marrying him to save the family, and you were like, no, I'm gonna go follow my passions, and they're all like, no, we can't afford the mortgage, and they're all dead, and you're healing and magic from me.
Isn't that the plot to the book you were reading yesterday?
It was. It's really good. It's really good. Maybe it's based on true events.
Maybe the book is from the future. Yes, I
no,
don't.
It's from the past. Is it from the past? Did you write it? Did you write it? Is it an autobiography?
I am going to be outside. I'm going to take a walk in the orchard.
You're going to think about your fiance. Yes. I think of some really nice places you can go to about the life that you lost.
I can't wait to hear all about them.
Do you want me to come with you?
No. I think I need some time to myself. And she had been kind of in the middle of kind of spreading a chili oil over one of the butter rolls with a knife, and she's kind of gripped that knife very, very hard, and the butter roll is just crumbs in her hands, and she just puts them all on the table. And she gets herself up, and the entire time that you were talking to her, Minnie, Kedrick's face just went into a... He's been absolutely, he's never seen Alasha react like this. So seeing her get up and just leave and not be able to throw a cutting word back, you've given him a little bit of inspiration for the day.
When he looks at the little butter roll, just looks at Kendrick, just goes, that was my head.
Oh, no, Master Minnie, no, not at all. Alasha is creative and passionate. And I think that was her second role. So no. I don't think you said anything to open any old wounds or upset her at all. I'm sure she's fine. And the door slams incredibly loudly, and there's a muffled shriek outside.
Oh dear.
Some young people, very big, they have not learned yet to deal with it.
How young are the recruits?
They're probably in their late teens, early 20s. Like you are talking like of the four, Sunny is probably the youngest at 18, almost 19. Burst at 20. Alasha probably 20 as well, and Kedrick is one of those faces that like he's the oldest of the four, but he probably looks the youngest, especially having kind of a clean shaven look about him. He does kind of have a bit of a baby face. Yeah, the other three, like Sunny and Burst, have kind of gone back to just kind of like feeding each other, like they're just passing each other like little clumps of butter rolls, and they've kind of not paying attention to anybody else that's kind of come down.
Is Regman still in the burrito?
Flip it over. Didn't realize it left the bottom of the top. Roll.
Yeah, so he'll just gasp. He'll just gasp and be like, "Where's all the food? Where's all the food?"
There's just silence from the three newbies.
I wrote down in my notes that Eileen had cats. Did I make that up?
Eileen brought cats.
Are there cats there?
There's no cats currently in the common room.
Oh,
but you do know that they're sort of outdoor cats. So they're allowed to come in, but they sleep outside. So they're often found in the barn. Not that last barn. Like, this is a brand new barn in a brand new story where there are animals that are alive.
For now.
Adam.
Yes.
Did you say that you have to make a delivery?
Oh,
Nope.
Red's going to do that.
Redmond, did you say that you had to go make a delivery? What do you have to deliver? What do you have to deliver?
No idea.
Where?
No idea. None of the details. I have none of the details. So I think I'm just gonna go to the village and try find Eileen and see what's needed. Anam, if you're gonna be training the new recruits, can you continue teaching them their animal noises? The regiment's gonna give them a warning. Yeah, they've been doing really well. They've been doing really well. They've come really far with it. I think it's a very necessary skill. You know, they're still lacking, but they're still lacking. But
Adam side eyes the bagpipes and thinks, "Oh, got it."
No, I just mean like and birds and stuff. Yeah. All right. Listen, I'm off. All right. Yeah. Listen, I'm off. Yeah. He's gonna run to the head towards the village.
So Richie, you're gonna book it out of the guild hall down to the village. Diarra, yeah, the yellowish color has now kind of gone a kind of a brown yellow, like it looks like dandelion tea almost.
Beautiful.
It does smell vaguely familiar.
She just takes a scoops the spoon and scoops the poultice and then out pours the soup or beverage into a bowl.
Okay, you pour the medicine into a bowl.
Yeah.
For the rest of you, you can smell this sort of. It's now it started off as quite a kind of a sickly, spicy smell. Now it's kind of a metallic, spicy smell. Yeah, it's wafting kind of into the common room. And it's one of those things that once it gets into your nose or kind of down the back of your throat, you can't help but taste it as well. And it tastes like petal leaves. Like it does. It tastes like someone just yanked a load of plants and just threw them into a pot and boiled it.
She's going to walk the bowl back out to the common room, point at Sunny, and just say, "You," bring this to Byron.
Oh, which one? And he's looking around. Byron.
I know, right?
What? What do you mean? What
don't I? Byron!
You're a guild master?
Oh, the cute little old man.
Mm-hmm.
I just called him cute little old man.
Okay, well, bring this to the cute little old man.
Yeah, we have to go do animal noises with Anam.
Anam will wait for you, it's fine. Right, Anam?
Anam
Picks on the floor and folds it.
Who wants this tool? We will wait.
Oh, okay.
She winks at Anam.
He takes the blanket and he kind of goes to take the bowl as well. That's.
Oh, did it burn your widow hand?
Yeah, it did actually. It's a little.
Oh, she forgets she has fire resistance.
Like that's really hot.
Wrap it in the blanket.
What if I spill it in the blanket?
I don't think he'll notice. I don't think he'll notice.
Okay. Which room is cute little man in again?
Top of the stairs, end of the hall. The stairs, on the left. End of the hall, on the left.
Top of the stairs, left of the hall, at the end. Okay. Top of the stairs, end of the left, back of the hall. Okay, I got it. Okay. Left of the stairs, up the hall, back at the end.
Where the fuck did we find this one?
And he's walked kind of out into the kind of the main area, like again near the desk, and he's kind of looking around. Is it these stairs?
Sonny, it's the room opposite yours. It's the room opposite yours.
I turned to Mooney and just whispered.
Were we like this when we got here?
I mean, I'm sort of still like that, so I can't really say anything. Do you want me to take you?
Yes, please.
Because I can take you. Absolutely. Where is this room again?
Top of the stairs. Top of the stairs.
End of the hall. On the left. On the left. Top of the stairs. Top of the stairs. Let's go, Sonny. Let's go, find the little old man.
Thanks. I don't think Hot Horns Lady likes me, so
No, Hot Horns Lady loves us. She loves everyone.
Oh, okay then. Just don't tell Burst that. She gets kind of jealous.
Really? How long have you been together?
2 weeks.
Holy, so not long at all.
I know, but I think, and he's kind of like he's walking up the stairs, and he's not even looking where he's going, and he's taking like 4 steps at a time as well, and he's just kind of leaning back to kind of like whisper into you. I think I'm gonna propose to her, Master Mooney.
Really? Where are you gonna do it? You should do it at the lake. Where the really sad widow woman is.
That sounds perfect.
I know. You should do it in front of a lash and show her what true love's supposed to look like.
And then maybe she'd find true love, because then she knows what that.
Oh, probably not. Because she's a miserable bitch. But
oh yeah, I just call her sad hot horns lady. But I can add miserable bitch.
No, maybe don't. Nice of That's not very nice of me to say. It shouldn't be calling people bitches.
That's a lesson I just learned. Thank you, teacher.
I'm a good teacher.
You're the best teacher.
I am the best teacher.
So is Hot Horns Lady and tall skinny master and loud breathing difficulties master.
Maybe we should give this stuff to Richmond instead.
Maybe we could put it like in his room, and then
we should just leave it. Just leave it beside his bed. I mean, Byron's old. He's gonna die anyway.
Oh.
And then I could take over. Because I'm such a great teacher.
But maybe we don't want the cute old man to die.
I know, but I kind of forgot where his room is, so I think we're beyond that point.
I got it. Master Hot Horns?
No. Small.
Oh, Master Small!
Little man.
We're lost. They're literally at the top of the stairs.
We're all just seeing it.
Dayara is just going to let out ridiculous and roar, walk up behind them, shove, and just shove. End of the hall. On the left.
Takes immediate right.
Sonny looks down at his hands, and it's that thing of
Checking the L's.
Yeah.
Checking the L's.
But then he's like, these are two L's. One's a backwards L, so that's backwards L. So
Sonny?
back left.
Sonny,
And
where's the bowl? Where's the bowl, Sonny? Where's the bowl, Sonny?
Oh, and he looks down at the bottom of the stairs.
Is it spilled everywhere?
No,
Is it
it's
spilled
just sitting
everywhere.
there. He's just got the blanket.
I need a drink. She's going to walk downstairs. She's going to walk into the kitchen. And find Eileen Sampras'
Okay, you can give me an investigation check. Sonny is going to run down to the bottom stairs, grab the bowl, and then is going to knock on every door. And Master Greenfield, and again just gonna knock on everything like till he gets. Are you following Mooney or?
Oh yeah, I come back. I come back and I follow.
You as you go deeper down the hallways, you do hear. You can hear Byron laughing away to himself.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Mooney follows the laughter.
And then Sonny knocks on the door and he says, just a minute. And there's the sound of rustling. I'm so very sick. I think this is the end. Just one more second. Yes, whoever that is, you may enter, but don't be afraid of what you look upon. I am the picture of death.
Mooney opens the door.
I.
Oh, Mooney, it's you. Oh, kind, sweet, gentle Mooney. Please come further into my chambers. My vision, it's so blurry. It's so hard to see things.
Mooney walks in. With Sonny behind her.
Are you alright? We've got the medicine that I made for you.
Aren't you such a good girl for taking care of an old sick man? And as you sort of saunter into the room, Mooney, with Sonny behind you, he's carrying the blanket and the bowl. Give me a perception check.
Perception check. It's just plus one. 10.
You stepped on something when you came into the room, and it made a very audible, loud crunch. There's a familiar smell in the room, you can't quite put your finger on it, and the smell coming from the medicinal tea that Diara brewed for Byron is sort of kind of taking over. You can see the room is lined with kind of wardrobes and shelves and bookshelves that are like scrolls and dusty parchment and books and all sorts of manner of eccentricities and antiquities, all sort of scattered and spotted. There's a couple of books on the floor that, as you kind of scan them, they don't look like they came from the library. They also look a lot newer. Byron's bed it's a king size bed, and there is just a mound of blankets on it, and he seems to be buried beneath them somewhere. And occasionally you can kind of see them rise and fall with his breath and his cough. Excuse me. And there is with sort of an exasperated cough. Did by any chance Diara remember to send up the food items that I required to keep my strength up?
Mooney's going to see what she stepped on first.
Kind of lifting your foot up and taking a look at it. You're not quite certain. It's like crispy crumbs. And it is, I think, when you kind of look at it, again, it looks vaguely familiar. They're these sort of fried snacks that Eileen would make on occasion. And it's like egg white fried in hot bacon dripping to make these really sort of golden brown puff crisps. They're quite the delicacy. They are in no way healthy or good for you. And as you kind of like eye the crumbs, that's what you're smelling. The room smells like bacon puffs.
Then he's gonna crouch down and skip up any of the remains of the little crusts under hand.
I know. She absolutely told me that she's very kind and observant.
When he's gonna shuffle over the bed.
Here's your food. So thoughtfully prepared.
And he kind of, you see he's like squirming under the blankets. There's a rustling sound as he maneuvers towards you, and his head kind of pokes up from under the blankets, and he's very sweaty, and like some of the curls are kind of stuck to his forehead, and there's crumbs all around his mouth and kind of stuck in the wispy little beard that he has, and he looks maybe the tea first. That might help settle my stomach.
When he just like drops on the floor and just like
off any crumbs
on her
takes
apron
takes the tea from Sunny and gives
Byron to Byron.
Yes, I could feel that. That's definitely doing something.
Do you want me to see if I can have a little look at you because I
Oh,
can
no,
about this
no,
kind
no.
of stuff.
About this
Are
kind
you
of stuff.
sure? Are you sure?
I couldn't trouble you, Mooney. You've quite graciously agreed to take.
No, not at all.
And he
Like
burps.
years ago at the
Couple of
farm, we
years
had
ago
an
at the
awful
farm,
case of
we had
foot and
an
mice,
awful case
and
of
I was
foot and
able to
mice,
treat
and I
a
was
lot of
able
the
to treat
cattle
a lot
then,
of the
so the
cattle
death
then,
rates were
so the death
drastically
rates were
reduced with my
drastically
involvement.
reduced with
So
my
if you want, I
involvement.
could have a wee look at you.
I don't think it's as severe.
No,
And she sits in the
let me
bed
have
and she sits in the bed and she kind of like props him out a
Just
little
fusses
bit. Just fusses around him.
He burps right into your face. I apologize, Mooney. That's the tea. It's clearly doing what it's supposed to do. His breath smells like bacon puffs.
You smell like a pig.
Oh, that's probably one of the symptoms.
No, I think it might be your diet. I don't think you're
Eating responsibly for
eating
someone that you know is as old as you and on the verge of death.
Are you sure you don't want me to have a little look at you?
And he kind
I'm
of.
not proficient in medicine, but surely
I
can pretend that I am.
Well, you're very kind, but you need to be getting on now with the lessons. So you take. The tall fella, and you get about now, showing them all the things that you can do, only the way that you can do them. That Elisha one now, she's going to learn a thing or two from you, isn't she? She is just.
Minnie gets a little closer.
What were you laughing at?
Mildly threatening.
I think I might have been. I might have been the fever. Deliriously laughing away to myself, and his eyes kind of scan the room. You can give me an insight check.
Insight. No, it's low. Oh, that doesn't count. No, it doesn't count either. Oh, I wish it did. 9.
You're not quite certain, and he is being quite persistent. But you did see his eyes kind of scan, but you don't know if that's part of the fever as well. And they are definitely bloodshot. So Yeah, and like kind of like taking the cup from your hand and slurping it all back. He sort of slips under the covers. Thank you, Mooney, for that. That's quite good of you. I think I've another bout of coughing coming on, so perhaps you should take the lad away, for fear you'd catch it.
Are you sure you don't want me to stay?
You don't want me to
Phoebus
stay?
don't laugh and matter. You want anything from the library?
You want anything from the library?
I don't think I could read another thing. My eyes, the strain.
What are you reading? What are you reading? Lots of books. You want me to read you something?
You want me to read
She
you
goes over to the
something?
desk.
She goes over to the desk and looks at the.
Oh, you're hiding
something from me.
That's not material for a young lady to be.
Moody's gonna go over.
Moody's gonna go
What's
over
he
to the
reading?
books.
What's he reading?
You pick up the first book, the one that got the closest one to your hand, and it's 72 Nights on a Desert Island, How I Throbbed for You.
Oh. Mooney doesn't get it, but I do. I'm gonna metagame. Put it down.
Something in Mooney just goes ick. And puts it down.
What are the other?
Trust you just have a vibe. Mooney gets that with trust. You just have a vibe. Mooney gets that with books.
What are the other books?
They're all kind of along that same vein.
Mooney's just gonna look at him. He's really sad.
Yeah, Sonny also is kind of like picking. He's like tidying the room a little bit, and you do kind of catch him like kind of like that. He's lost in one of them, and when he kind of sees you look at him, he shuts it and he puts it on the side. I think I hear Master Annam calling. So I'm gonna. And he's gone. Like he like with a very red face. Sonny runs for the door.
And he's gonna turn back.
to
Byron one more time to make sure he's okay.
I'm quite all right. I feel the medicine working already, Mooney. Oh, you're so good, so kind and compassionate to me, bothering me.
Mooney's gonna put the book down. They're gonna have big sad eyes. And leave the room. Because she wasn't very helpful.
You, as soon as you kind of leave and you shut the door, you definitely hear scrambling in the room, and the occasional like just kind of and crunching of something.
And he's gonna leave it there. She's seen enough.
Diara, what did you get on your investigation check for?
15.
You find a very small bottle. Like it's sort of wedged between a lot of bits and pieces. And as you lift it up out of the crate, it does clearly state, Eileen Sapras's property, do not touch. And then in brackets, this means you, Diara / Regiment / Byron / Regiment again.
Unscrews. Wigs. Unscrews. Wigs.
Give me a Constitution check. Saving throw.
Oh, no. Ruh-roh. Constitution. Getting through. Oh my god, what is it? Oh my god. Oh no.
1. Yes!
It's a nat one.
Yes!
You swallow a mouthful. You're like, oh yeah, that's definitely Firebolt whiskey. Yep. And then the second it hits your stomach, you can feel the trail of it down the back of your throat, and what was sort of the heat that you get from whiskey is very quickly replaced by this sort of sticky, cold sensation that now sits in your belly, as congealed mother dough that was sitting in a whiskey bottle sits bubbling in your stomach. For the next hour, you are food poisoned.
Nice. Love that for me.
Yeah. So any rolls you make for the next hour are at disadvantage, unless you get cure poison or disease.
Okay. I cure myself.
And you're just like, can I cure myself? The others, Kedrick and Bursat, are kind of standing, kind of waiting to be told what the training is this morning.
I wait for Sonny to get back. I'm like chewing on the crust of a bread roll. Chewing on the crust of a bread roll I find in a basket, unaware that they're even waiting.
Do you think this is a platypus? And Bursat kind of just gives the bagpipes a squeeze, and she's kind of like hold it, and it just kind of makes kind of a sound. No, look, that's not quite right. Let me. She kind of readjusts and she shuffles them a little bit, and she kind of gives it another kind of and it makes the same sound, just a little bit flatter.
I understand now. It was a joke. This was a joke. I assumed at first that there was some sort of combat style that required combat style. People fight strange ways. People fight in strange ways. Please stop playing your horror bag. It hurts me.
Okay. I will. I guess. And she kind of looks a little deflated, and with that, like the bagpipes also deflate a small bit. Well, Master Regiment, he was saying that we should use everything we can in combat to get the upper hand.
Yes. What weapons do we use?
Oh, and she is going to try and impress you by kicking her warhammer into her hands. So we're going to see how she gets on with that. That's a 17. Yeah, she sort of slips her boot under the handle of a rather heavy warhammer, and she just kind of lops it up into the air. And as she sort of swings the bagpipes over her shoulders, as the warhammer comes down, she grabs it in both hands, and then she kind of hands it to you, Annam.
Take it, I feel the weight of it. Is this like the weapon that a normal person can throw?
No, this it's hefty. It's that thing of like that you don't go with it, but she handles it the way a normal person would hold like a maintenance hammer. Like she carries this thing like this weighs. This is heavy in even your hands, and yeah, it's. It looks well made, but it's very plain. Like there's nothing, there's no sort of ornamentation or decoration on it. In the way that Regman's great axe has names and stuff kind of etched into it. This is like something you would have just bought in a weaponsmith.
Anne is visibly impressed with the weapon choice and hands it back.
Is that it for? And as she's about to ask, is that it for training? Sunny comes down the stairs, kind of like again taking them 4 steps at a time.
I'm going to get my axe, and you'll all meet me in the yard in 10 minutes, and then we will train. You're not afraid to bleed, are you?
Sonny puts his hand up. Well, I try and avoid it if I can.
As I walk past Sonny, I put my hand on his shoulder and I'm like, it's good to be afraid. And I just keep walking.
I am learning so much this morning. And like Bursat kind of gives him a thumbs up as you head up to your room, Annam, to get your stuff. They potter around for a few minutes, kind of waiting, and then hearing Diara kind of retching in the kitchen, they kind of look to kind of go, you know, I think and they head out the main doors and around the left of the building, and it's about this time that they can just see Redmond at the kind of the bottom of the hill, about a quarter of a mile away from the village itself, still Redmond. But as Annam, you get ready to run the recruits through some training, and Mooney, do you remember that you have to? Does Mooney remember that she has to give Alasha?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Now that she's delivered the medicine, she's going to go out and try and find this woman.
Okay. So you're going to go looking for Alasha. Diara, aside from trying to not upchuck your guts, what are you doing for the rest of the morning?
I feel like she'll probably go with Reggie.
Okay, you're going to try and catch up to Redmond?
Yeah. Because like she'll look around and just be like, well, there's nothing else to do. So.
Okay. Kind of, yeah, seeing that the others have got out to go training, and you see Mooney kind of running out and then going in the opposite direction to everybody else, looking for what's her face, and that's all Mooney is calling them. It's what's her face, what's her face, what's her name, just kind of gleefully calling out to everybody, anybody, and nothing at the same time. You kind of like wobbly make your way down the hill, and you can see Redmond stopped there. And Redmond, you have come up against Mrs. Sapras, the housekeeper at Summer's Keep, and she's eyeing you very, very suspiciously from a distance. Redmond!
Mrs. Sapras, how are you?
Well, I'm all the better for seeing
you.
Well,
I'm glad to hear you're well. Yeah.
Well, yeah. And you now, you're well, I assume.
I'm great. Yeah, I'm great. Yeah,
oh, you're great. Oh, you're great. Well, you don't look it.
Oh.
Looking a bit peaky.
He's kind of trying to fix his hair and his beard and kind of better.
You've the look about you of someone who didn't have any breakfast.
You know what? I didn't. The new recruits everything. This is why I'm coming down. Whatever we need to get.
Oh, don't you mind? I've got that. And she's hoisting. She's 2 huge bags. No, it's grand. I trekked all the way up the hill this morning myself. Went to get breakfast ready for you. Found there wasn't an ingredient in the house, and I came all the way down the hill into the general store. Mind you, there's a shipment there now that Annam has to deliver. Well, collect.
I'm gonna go get
now,
that shipment. Now, get things done a little bit quicker. That way.
Have they left the bar in order?
No, they haven't. But it'd be grand. But it's all going to the same place. It's all going to the same place. It doesn't matter who gets it, does it?
Well,
all right, come on, you come with me. All right, come on, you come with me.
Oh, there's not a hell's chance, lad. I'm going back there with you after you knocked out Bernard Wall's teeth last year.
Yeah, but didn't he deserve it, really? Didn't he deserve it, really?
To be fair, he has the look of someone that needed a good walloping. I've always said that.
Did.
Now. I've ever since the day that child was born, I've actually said that about him. He needs a good walloping.
You really shouldn't. You really shouldn't wallop babies.
Yeah, no. It didn't do the rest of you any harm.
Come on. I'll carry the stuff. I'll carry the stuff. We'll sort it out.
No, look,
sort it out. There's.
Oh, God's above. There's. Oh, it's Diarra. Oh, she's.
Great. Look at this. We'll all be able to carry this. Look at this. We'll all be able to carry the three of us together. Not a bother on us. The three of us together. Come here. DR, come here. All right, she's being weird. Right, all right, she's being weird. Right.
Are you all right, Diarra? You don't look so great there now.
Now she looks peaky.
She looks as if somebody may have imbibed something.
What's that mean?
She's just trying to choke down a burp.
Something fat, greasy, oily, sticky substance that just seems to bubble away. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no! Oh no!
13.
It comes up. You actually feel the sick come up, but staring Eileen in the eye, and there's a absolute smugness about her of a haha, I gotcha look just etched on her, and she's 5'3", probably. Maybe 10, 20 years ago, she maybe stood 5'4", 5'5", but these days she's looking a little sort of bent over, a little sunken into her shoulders, and she's an elderly human woman with very sort of a thin mop of sort of paisley pink and grey kind of curls. Always dresses a lot like Mooney, actually. Very simple, very plain in sort of heavy kind of skirts and a pinny apron, and she's wearing an overcoat now, and very sort of heavy but comfortable looking shoes as she kind of drags these two sacks of goods up the hill. She's staring you out of it, and you manage to swallow the sick Diarra.
Byron is sick again.
Right. And
I gave him one of those things from the press.
Did it come out a bit of a yellow colour as you were boiling it?
Yeah, that's the one.
Is there a reason you're treating Byron for menstrual cramps?
I mean, he can be a little bitch when he wants to be. She didn't mean to say that. Say that out loud. Try too hard to keep that down.
Right, I better go check on Byron then. Regiment, and she hands you the two sacks.
No. I need you to be the diplomat. I need you to be the diplomat. No, look at her. Look at her. She's
well, a spade's a spade. And I'll go take care of Byron. God knows she's probably poisoned him. If she's happened to poison him, better pick up a spade because we'll have to bury him. And look, just maybe send her in, and you stay out of Rosemary's sight. And if you see Bernard, just ignore the whistling. That kind of
knock out the rest of his teeth.
No, leave them in there. Leave them in there. They're after promoting him. He's now deputy captain.
Deputy what? Gobshite. Deputy what?
He's Captain Gobshite Regiment, but he's deputy captain of the village guard. Yeah.
All
so
right,
there's another layer of gobshiteness about the lad that you're going to have to contend with. I have to go up and deal with Byron and his menstrual cramps. And
I didn't know Byron.
Neither did I. And she's kind of now fixing a look on Diarra. You'd think you'd have paid attention at some point in the last 10 years. And she's now just handed you, Diarra, both bags. And she's tutting and cursing and blinding as she heads up the hill.
There's going to hand over to Reggie.
What's going on with you?
Don't drink the whiskey.
I love drinking whiskey. Oh, why is it not whiskey? Oh, why is it not whiskey? Oh.
It's the ski.
All right,
Woman is a demon in dowdy clothes. And she walks over to the
What?
the shop.
All right, come on. You're gonna have to come in. You're gonna have to come in. I know I'm stronger, so I know I'm stronger, so you can just go in and drop some of the stuff outside. Start carrying stuff back, right? Just don't mention I'm here. I'll be stealthy here. I'll be stealthy as a fox, all right? Don't vomit.
Yeah. Okay.
As Diarra and Regiment head into the village of Canuck, and Annam and Mooney begin to take the new recruits through a training regiment. Fitting spot, I think, for a quick break. So we will be back in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and we will see you then. Maybe Diarra will throw up in the next half. Who knows?
Yay!
Okay. See you shortly. And we're back. Oh yeah, I forgot that it does count down. It shows me counting down to 3, 2, 1. We're back. So hopefully you had a chance to grab a drink, pee, smoke if you smoke. But why do you smoke? Because meh, gross. Not a nice.
Gross.
Yeah.
No, don't call me out.
That's what I was doing. I just chose not to name it.
This is an intervention.
No.
The whole campaign.
That tastes good.
We left off with Regiment and Diara heading into the village of Canuck to collect an order that was... They're calling it a delivery, but it's not being delivered to the keep. They have to go get it themselves. And Regiment possibly running into an arch enemy of his. And Annam and Mooney training the recruits as per Byron Greenshield's sickly order, as he is currently under the weather and unable to tend to his guildmaster duties. So, Annam, you have Kedrick, Sunny, and Bursat in the training yard. It's a kind of a clear space just off from the main kind of farmyard. It was going to be the site of a garden for Eileen Sapras, but her husband, Mr. Sapras, never got round to actually going any further with it. And Byron has since kind of called it the executive training facilities at Summerkeep. It is just a small flat square of concrete and dirt. The three of them are kind of standing there, kind of uncertain as to what they should be doing. Kedrick is stretching, like he is sort of like just kind of crouching, squatting, rolling his shoulders a little bit, kind of doing kind of deep abdominal breathing, all the while trying to kind of get looking to see if he has your attention as he's doing this. Sunny is just looking at the sun. He's literally just looking up into the sun. And Bursat is kind of, she's just swinging the hammer around, kind of very lackadaisy.
Annam stands in front of his axe, which is almost the size of him. It's huge. And he starts clicking his fingers, trying to get Sunny's attention. In giant, like, can I please have your attention?
Sorry, I thought that was a combat thing that we were doing.
No. Byron does not normally let me train people after I destroyed all our training dummies. So today we're going to do a little different. Hands up if you have heard a story about me.
And then Kedrick puts his hand up straight away.
You have heard tales. You have heard of my exploits.
Master Annam, just what Master Regiment has told us.
I don't want to know. But point is, I am not a story. I have often heard myself referred to as Annam the Ogre. I am not the Ogre. Just Annam. And once I was just a boy with an axe. Just an axe. And through many years of dedicated practice, I became very good with just an axe. And it's the same hard work, dedication to your weapon, through which you will become true heroes. Now, who would like to fight me?
Kedrick has taken out a notepad and a pencil, and he is writing everything down. Just a weapon. Okay. Annam the Ogre. Ask Regiment. Bursat drops the hammer to the ground.
You go first.
But this is just a hammer. And are we rolling for initiative, or are you letting her have a swing?
I don't think we need initiative.
Okay.
Okay, we're just letting her go first.
Okay. Okay, so she's gonna take a swing with her warhammer. And that's an 18 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay. She was holding it with both hands, so we'll do the D10. That's 12 bludgeoning damage.
Boom. In response, Anna is going to do a thing called Mighty Hell. I don't know if you have to look at the path of the giant.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep.
Adam starts raging. First off, Adam's doing his special path of the giant thing, where when he rages, he gets big. Like he grows up a size, and to them it looks horrific, because Adam just bulges, and his facial features become monstrous, and his size almost doubles. And then Mighty Impale is as a bonus action, you can one medium or smaller creature within your reach, and move it to an unoccupied space within 30 feet. So it's a strength saving throw.
Okay.
DC 17.
Okay. Sunny. Sorry, not Sunny. It's Bursat has a +2 to this. And that's a 16.
Excellent.
So she failed.
I throw her 30 feet straight up.
So it is that thing where she's rather like she's not one for schooling, and she's not one for lectures, which is why she gets on so well with Regiment and his mode of training, which is just you hit it until it stops being able to hit you back. And so kind of from the school of Regiment, she comes in, which isn't charged, but it is just that sort of very sort of confident hop and swing, and throwing her full weight into it. She cracks you into the belly, and I'm trying to sort of knock the air or the guts out of you. Seeing you unflinch and then immediately grow a size, she's completely taken aback by it. They wouldn't have seen this before. You don't get to train for very obvious reasons, and just sort of scooping her by the kind of the lip of the breastplate over her shoulders. You just see her, she's there, and then she's off her feet, and she's 30 feet into the air with and Sunny sees like the sun blocked out as he's looking up. Oh, I didn't know Bursa could fly.
As he looks back, I'm telling the other two to come at me, and we can just fade out there. Just the rest of the session is me just throwing them
wailing on the roof
into the air across the yard until they wear me down enough for me to say that's
okay. Well, I tell you what, I will give the others just strength saving throws just to see. So Kedrick has a +2. No, that's a 5. He's gone over the roof. And Sunny is a 6. He, just as Burst Set is coming down, he's gone. Like, you charge into him, he's up and at an angle. But he does go, whee! Like, off his feet. Like, he's loving it. Like, it's... he just sees it as a game more so than a training thing. He also sees Regiment's things, which is why he's a little disappointed that they're not doing animal noises as Regiment had promised. But he does and has and will in his diary this evening write about a new game he's learned called Alley-Oops, where the angrier you make Annam, the further into the air he throws you. So yeah, he's learned a new game. When he's going to be able to walk again is anybody's guess. Mooney, you find your tiefling pupil reluctantly waiting under an apple tree in the orchard and you see that, dagger in hand, she has carved her name into the bark of the tree.
Minnie's just gonna plop, 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 over.
Hi.
Oh. Hello.
So are you ready for your training then?
Yes. And you see her eyes just kind of like go off into the distance. I think that was Bursa.
I didn't know Bursa could fly. Well, anyway, so where do we start then?
Oh, well, you're the master, so...
Okay, alright.
She rummages through her little tote bag and she takes out her little storybook.
So if you take out your book then, and turn the page, the page with the pig on it.
I don't use a book.
What do you use?
Oh, I'm just naturally gifted.
Oh. So what do you need me for? Maybe you should be teaching me, because I gotta use the book. I don't know how to do it without the book.
Well, it just... Byron had me reading a load of texts. There wasn't any pigs in it. But I guess I could show you what I can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Minnie sits down, has their rapt attention.
Okay, I can... and she's trying to figure out... okay, there's this one thing, and she just... you see her... She kind of puts her hands into her pockets, and then draws out an orb. She looks at it, brings it up to her face, kind of using her hands to kind of cover her face, and then she runs them through her hair. The orb vanishes, and as it does, there's just this sort of shifting fractals of light around her as she casts a disguised self, and standing in front of you, you see Diarra.
Oh, it's a really neat trick. And you use an orb to do that.
Oh, well, it's a focus. It just helps me figure out my way through the magic.
It's almost like my book then. The sort of focus kind of thing. Can you do I think it's maybe an intelligence check? Investigation to see if she can maybe see through the disguise?
Give me a perception check instead, because I suppose you know it's not her. So investigation to see if you can spot any details that kind of maybe don't see as straightforward.
Investigation. That is actually really good. 19.
It's the little things that she has kind of gotten wrong about Diarra. The amount of piercings and even the kind of some are way more over embellished than Diarra would actually have. Diarra's ones are very kind of simple and plain. They're not overly, they're not embedded with jewels or anything like that. There's nothing that she does. She has kind of a very obvious kind of a bull ring tattoo, or not tattoo, bull ring piercing that you don't think Diarra actually has. the color of her hair is wrong as well. Like it's close, but it's not the exact sort of look. And then it is that thing of when you see one, you see that all of it, only for the fact that you know Diarra for the better part of your life. This looks like her, but you know her, so you know straight away that this isn't a real copy. Like if she was trying to describe herself exactly as Diarra, this is a good attempt, but it's not a perfect attempt.
Minnie is going to cast disguise self and make a much more accurate rendition of Diarra based on her familiarity with her.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check at advantage.
Yeah. I'm proficient at that. Plus 8. They're bad. They're not good at all. I think the highest one is 13.
So again, it's not so much because disguise self just happens at will. It's more a case of how well yours is better. Like you are literally Diarra as of this morning. You saw exactly what she was wearing. You know, you've all that kind of paint into mind. Even the type of boots that she's wearing, down to the fact that when you saw her heading down the road, she looked a bit peaky. So you've even kind of got a bit of the sweat on her brow. And she kind of, we're the exact same.
But we're not though. Like you've gotten a few details wrong with Diarra. And when someone knows her as well as I do, it kind of sticks out really bad. Like to you, I look like Diarra right now, don't I?
Yes, but
I don't. Though. There's still a few details missing here and there. And if you're going to go fight disguising yourself in a situation, it's probably not a situation that you want to be in. And if you make little mistakes like that, then you're going to be in a situation that you might not get out of. So my tip for you, if you're going to be disguising yourself, disguise as someone who you don't know. Just make someone up because you can't get it wrong if you make it up.
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion is shit. 16.
She drops the guise of Diarra, and she takes a moment. She takes kind of a deep breath. And again, she goes through the same motions of hands into her pocket. She takes out that orb again, that even though it had vanished, she holds it up. This time she's a little bit slower in the sort of the mechanism as to which she's casting. And this, as she kind of brings her hands up, you see that the color of her eyes changes. And then as her hands go through her hair, the horns just kind of vanish. And the hair becomes this long, straight, raven black hair. She just looks like any old person that, you know, you'd see and you'd keep going. There's nothing she doesn't stick out. You don't know who this woman is. But she does not look like, in any way, shape at all, like Alasha.
And he desist then.
Oh, nobody. I took your advice.
And it's really good. You see, even like you know, the most least amount of effort is usually the most convincing tactic to go about. Because you could just go anywhere like that. No one's gonna ask any questions. So what did we learn?
That keep it simple.
Yeah. Keep it simple.
And that you're a better teacher than Byron. I'm going to see about there's a few tomes that Byron said I should check out in the library. Perhaps you'd be able to offer your opinion on the texts that he...
What books were there?
I'm not quite certain. There was a few that did sound based in Arcana. One or two seemed to be more speculative fiction, though.
Didn't involve the word Throbbing, did they?
No, but there was the Wet Webs of the Drow Mistress.
I don't like the sound of that.
I thought the same.
Wait, was he suggesting that you read it? Because that might be a wee bit of a Heathshot incident.
Not particularly, though he did say it spoke quite in detail of the Drow and their love of arachnids and where they draw some of their magic from. I thought the title could have maybe done with a rework.
Do you think Drow use spiders as focuses?
I hope
there's just a
not.
They put their hands in their pockets and they just
no, and she's now just, and the disguise self has dropped, like she's not able to maintain the concentration, and she's just jammed her fingers into her ears, and she's just and she's storming off towards the house.
Like instead of casting missile, they just reach into the jacket and just roll a bunch of spiders in your face.
This is worse than the fiancé debacle. Let's talk about my fiancé. And there's a crashing sound somewhere, Mooney, from the yard, and you can just hear Sunny going, again! Oh yeah, no, do that again. That I definitely think we can get me higher. And we cut to the general store in the village of Canuck, where our Diara and Regiment have ventured in. And a couple of people about the village have kind of given you a nod, kind of just, it's been a while, just the weather, usual kind of pleasantries and politeness. There's a small kind of cart outside the general store, and inside you can hear the lovely dainty voice of the owner, Rosemary Wall, a human woman that runs Wall and Sons, the local shuppa.
All right, in you up.
Please, I know he's an asshole, but please leave the rest of his teeth in his mouth for today at least.
I am not. As a cucumber. I'll be outside. Nothing's gonna happen.
Okay. Just. Okay. Okay. And she heads over to the counter. Trying not to gag.
As you are, as you head in, there is you can hear the sounds of someone kind of like singing a ditty to themselves. They're like, it's more the melody, and then the odd occasional word or lyric just sort of like injected into the middle of it, and it is very off key, Diara. Like it's like lurk. Yeah, I think that's it. Like a lurk. And just this like kind of faltering, like. And yeah, they're singing away to themselves. Their back is turned. They're buried in burlap sacks, just kind of like filling up jars, with kind of like what looks to be flour.
She is going to walk over to the counter and just put her hands down relatively loudly. Rosie.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I couldn't hear you over the sound of that lovely singing voice that was just, well, coming out of me. I'll be with you in a moment. I just have an order to fill.
Take your time. Please.
Oh, Diara, I didn't know. I didn't know. And she kind of turns around and you see that she has this flower kind of on. She's wearing this periwinkle blue apron, and embroidered on it is sort of a bushel of rosemary, and it just has Wall and Sons. And she's kind of got a bit of flour on her face, so she kind of turns back to you with a jar full of it. I didn't. You don't really come down to the village anymore. Not since, well, the incident. The attack, actually. The assault. I'm glad you've decided to show your face here. I always said you didn't have anything to be ashamed of. You weren't involved. You didn't throw the punch. Though you do associate yourself with that ruffian.
Would we call Mooney a ruffian?
I'm not talking about Mooney. No. I'm talking about Regmund.
Oh. Yeah, well. Boys will be boys.
And pigs will be pigs.
You'd know. Being the grocer and all.
Oh yes, I would. What can I do for you? Mrs. Sapris has already been by. Stocked up a little bit more than she usually does.
Those recruits, they're eating us out of house and home.
New recruits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that must be nice to be busy. Have a sense of purpose. Like you're actually doing something with yourself. Not just lazing about that empty eyesore on the hill.
No.
Oh. So have you come to settle the tab then? Is that what you were...
No, Byron actually sent me to pick up the delivery that he was supposed to ask to be delivered.
Oh,
I saw there's a cart outside. Maybe we could borrow it.
Oh no, no. That's not for Summer's Keep. No. That's just a small little donation that I'm making to the local constabulary. I'm sure you've heard. My Bernard, he's been promoted.
Get out! Uncontested, yeah?
Well, he's the only man for the job.
He's the only one who wants it.
Well, you know him, he's always been full of ambition.
Yes. Yes.
I think, if you smartened yourself up now and you maybe disassociated yourself with some vagabonds, maybe now, I can't say anything, you twisted my arm now, Dara, but, well, a mother can tell when her son has affections.
I'm so sorry. I ate something that just made this morning.
I've always said about Eileen Sapris now. Her cooking isn't the best.
Yeah, it's better than some I've had.
Right. Well, no, the cart's not for you now. There's a few boxes out the back. You're going to be able to manage those. You being so wispy.
Thank you. It's not nice of you. I'll manage. I'll manage. Yeah, I've been training with Annam.
Annam now, which is that one of the new recruits that you have?
No, the literal only other person apart from myself and Reggie that lives in the keep. Tall, slim, red hair. So many clothes. Okay. Anyway, he's super good at lifting things.
Oh. Well, I could have Bernard. He's
No,
the day
thanks.
off.
No,
I'll
thanks.
have
No.
Bernard.
No.
Bernard. And there's no. And then she takes out a cane and she starts hitting the ceiling.
Really, it's no trouble.
It's no trouble.
I can manage. I
It's
can
no
manage.
trouble now, Dara. You're a lady, and I won't have a lady walking up that hill all by herself alone. No.
I won't be alone. I'm meeting some friends. I'm meeting some friends.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Look at you making friends.
So many. I have to.
So you settle up the tab there now, and I'll give you those boxes. And I think there might have been a bit of post.
Oh yeah. For who? For who?
Well, you tell me if you've got 30 gold pieces to cover the tab, and I'll hand over the goods.
No problem. And she just is going to try and look in her bag for anything that she could change into gold pieces. It looks like pest Reggie took my purse right out of my bag.
Oh,
What am I gonna do with him? Honestly,
give me a deception check.
Eileen.
Oh, yes, I'm good.
Maybe not. 25.
A thief as well.
Yeah, I know. It's just
It's like he's trying to check all the boxes. Bernard! There's been a theft!
I'm sure he's going to put it back.
There's a scuffling and a panicking and a rummaging and a very loud bang, and then my fucking elbow, Jesus. And then the Polly goes downstairs and half pulling up his pants and throwing suspenders over him. You see the rather sweaty looking, if not sort of out of breath form of Bernard Wall with a whistle as he kind of breathes as his breath just passes through some cracked broken teeth. He kind of slicks his hand back through his wet hair and he just kind of like sticks it down a little bit to the sides and just fixes his suspenders and reaches for a coat, kind of throws it up to it. I got it from here. And he's just kind of gesturing. Rosemary's kind of like, oh, I'll get the boxes now. You settle up there now at Bernard. You give him a full detailed description of that absolute thug regiment. And I don't trouble yourself. I'll get the post as well. Now, Bernard, you take the lovely Diara's hand in matrimony. And I'm joking. Maybe next time. And no, you take her statement there. Her brother's her brother. Look at Peter, her brother. Like as if she'd associate with somebody like that now. No, she's from good stock. She's from stock. I can tell. There's always something a bit new money about Dara. I've always said that. About her. Now you take her statement. She's in shock. Regiment has a trusted friend of hers has just robbed her blind, and she doesn't have the money to cover the tab, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to relinquish the delivery, but we'll have to see what she says if you eventually ask her out. So, Bernard, you take it from there now, and I'll be at the back. And she scuttles to one side, and she's going to make a stealth check. That is a 10. She is hiding behind a box, but you can definitely just see her kind of leering out.
Bernie. And she's gonna tentatively place her hand on his hand, and then I think your mom might have misheard me. I just left my purse at home.
Oh, you left your purse. So you.
I just couldn't stay.
No, shush.
She's like She's like leaning so far back.
I understand.
I really need delivery.
The delivery, yeah. So you forgot your purse. You had to call into the store my day off. Dara, no, listen. I'll say it to Mom. Don't worry about I'll get that taken care of.
I'm so grateful.
No. And he's now holding your hand with both his hands. I'll personally see these delivered up the hill.
Bernie. She's trying to slide her hand out.
Give me a strength check. Saving throw?
No. Strength check. Saving throw.
You're looking to be a 16.
Six.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's like, I mean, his hands are sweaty, but his grip is strong.
Okay. She's like desperately trying to slide her hand out, and then it's like, Bernie, I really think
No,
it's
I know.
best. It's best. Okay.
Not here.
Okay.
Not here. So
Maybe-
after I drop the delivery,
When you
you and me, we can go for a walk. And he tries to push his lips into your finger, like as you're trying to say shush. He actually goes down to turning it in.
Oh god. Skin is crawling. It's just like
I know.
I need to get home.
And
What
changed.
time should I expect the delivery? Are you?
I've got my training to do. But I'd say probably the next 2 hours.
Okay.
Oh no, I think my Skype broke.
What?
Yeah, I'm back.
I'm back. Yeah, she's just gonna pat his arm and avoid his grasping fingers and say, "Until then, Bernie, I'm good.
Oh,
And then-
Mrs. Wall comes out. Well, that'll be taken care of, and we can get the tab when my Bernie drops them up the hill. But you can take the letters now. You take the post there, and she just hands you a bundle of letters and envelopes.
Okay. She's gonna put them in her bag and just be like, "Thank you. I will hopefully see you soon."
Mom.
Bye. And she's going to quickly vacate the premises, round the corner, and hurl.
You come out, throw up in front of Reggie.
Never ask me to speak to that man again.
Where's the stuff?
He's gonna bring it up later. And
Oh, gross.
whatever you do, don't tell him I'm there.
Why?
Reggie,
What did you do?
I just had to do.
Eileen is gonna be real mad, and I'm starving.
He said he'll be there within 2 hours. Fine.
2 hours.
Reggie, I don't know what you want. I just had to touch that slime ball.
Why did you touch him? Nobody else did you touch him. All I need to do is get a delivery.
Getting it without the fucking gold. Eileen didn't mention there was a tab open.
I don't think there is. I think she's playing you.
Let's just go. She gave me letters for Byron. Yeah.
Reggie's going to take them from Diara and flip through, see if there's anything interesting.
there's they look like a lot of the stuff that Byron gets a lot of the time, Reggie, that you would have seen kind of on his desk, or even sort of gathering on the main sort of hub in the guild hall, that sort of the clerk's desk. They look to be requests. They look like quests or missions that people are contacting Byron to maybe send out on. There's nothing addressed to anybody at the house except Byron.
Okay, so you're just gonna flip through them and kind of try hold them up to the light to see in and be like, Oren. These are shit.
Yeah, there's
Well,
nothing kind of jumping out. Like there's something about gnolls, but like
yeah. What's in the cart outside? Is there anything in it? Is there any food in it?
it's just two boxes, like two crates that are sealed.
Okay. He's gonna try to take one just as they're walking up.
Give me a
A whole box.
sleight
Do
of
we have
hand.
time for this?
Yeah,
Probably not.
sleight of hand check at disadvantage, just because it is a whole box.
Okay. Where's my sleight of hand? Okay, +2. All right, that's a nat 20.
Nice.
And that's a 5. So
Okay, so well, you had a disadvantage, so we're going with the 5.
yeah.
It is that
+2 is 7.
It's 7.
So,
Okay. No, it is that thing of you go to pick it up, and immediately it rattles. There's bottles inside this one that you pick up, and you hear the very definite sound of one of them breaking, just because you picked it up with kind of. And then there's the dripping of what smells like wine out of the bottle, and you. As you go, you just see a sharp eye looking out from the behind the counter of Wall and Sons as Rosemary is trying to fix a gaze as to what's happening outside.
he's gonna duck
Go,
down.
Reggie. Go, Reggie.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
Duck down real quick and then try to go.
Okay. You, again, snaking off, leaving the box behind, knowing that you're not going to get away with it, but having broken whatever or something that was inside it, you and Diara, with post in hand, slip back up into the main road. And you can hear just the melodic tones of Bernie and his mother Rosemary singing the song of the lark who sings for his sweet dear to return to him. It sounds awful. It's the worst thing you've ever heard. You head up back inside to see that Eileen had some provisions set aside for a luncheon and is now tending to the wounds and the bruises on the new recruits, while Mooney and Alasha are found in the common room, just sort of crafting their own book together. They're taking pages out of other books, and under Mooney's guise, they are restructuring several texts to make just one more streamlined text on. It's not the first time you've heard it, but Alasha's getting the full working theory on how some of the greatest crimes in the history of Down have been perpetrated by a rogue sheep. So Alasha's listening intently, but also kind of looking at eyes for anyone to come and rescue her from the conspiracy rant. Byron shuffles down, takes the post, kind of nods and kind of smiles at everybody. He's looking a lot better now that all the chores are done, and he has a bit more of a spring in his step. He takes the post and he kind of opens one. Oh, Knowles, anyone? And immediately Kedrick's arm just shoots straight up. It's like, okay, well, I reckon the four of you could take this on. There's just a couple of Knowles. Just to be on the safe side, Regiment, why don't you at least get them on the road somewhat of the way. You pass on now. You've dealt with a few gnolls in your time. Smell like a gnoll. And the rest of you, well, quit your dilly-dallying. There's and he kind of runs a finger along the counter. Oh, it's awful dusty. This is why I'm getting sick all the time. And he waddles over to the library, looking for a new book to read and peruse. And with the four of you sitting down to lunch, wondering why the hell Reggie has to bring the 4 recruits to deal with gnolls, we will end our first chapter there. It all starts with a letter. Thank you all for playing. I know that I'm the worst DM because I always let's split the party and do multiple things at the same time and jump around the landscape. But I'm so glad to be back playing, and I hope you all enjoyed playing, and I hope if you were watching along that you enjoyed what we are starting with. I want to do something new before we do our kind of final shoutouts, and this is something that I am stealing from our friends over at Tale of D20s. Omar does this thing where at the end of a session, as the game master, he encourages players to sort of reward each other with sort of their stars. So if you think another player particularly role played well or did something really cool mechanically, as you sign off, as you say where people can find you on social media or anything like that, if you want to do that, I would also like you to highlight one player who you really enjoyed either their role playing or their approach to it, and that player will carry over inspiration into the next session.
That's so cool.
That's a real cool idea.
Fun. Yeah, I like that.
I stole it from Omar, but I'm going to take full credit for it.
Thanks, Omar.
Thanks, Declan. I mean, Omar.
So why don't we start? We'll start with Kat.
I'm giving my gold star to Richard because I really enjoyed Adam's training session. It was very cool.
Awesome. And do you want to, is there any projects or any socials that you want to promote for yourself?
Nope. No, not really.
Cool.
Hi,
Okay.
me.
Okay. You can find Kat over here on twitch.tv/D8Dungeon. Okay. Eilish?
I'm gonna give mine to Kat because Mooney's navigation of that interaction with Alasha was impressive. I would not have been that patient. And yeah, it was very fun.
Okay. And anything you want to push or promote or?
No. I don't really use my socials anymore.
Okay.
So
that's okay.
So
we're not doing anything.
The world is boring. Just kidding.
Emma?
I would also like to give to Richard. I really enjoyed him eating young people.
He's deserving to be young.
It was just really good. So yeah. And in terms of socials, this is it. So twitch.tv/D8 Dungeon would be great.
Awesome. Or at D8 Dungeon on all social media platforms.
On all other socials. Yeah.
And Richard?
I'd like to give my star to DR for having to spend all session trying not to throw up.
I wonder who's
You went through it tonight. And you can find me on pretty much every social media at Lapland Hero. If I'm floating around the channel, that's somewhere. But much like everyone else, I don't do anything.
So you can also find Richard. Okay, so by my count, that's 2 for Richard, 1 for Kat, and 1 for Eilish. So Richard,
get wrecked, Emma. Try harder.
Oh no, you two don't get inspiration. Richard's the one that gets inspiration. He has the return.
No.
That's how Omar runs it, so you can blame Omar.
Nice, Omar.
Damn it, Omar.
So do for the record, check out the work coming out of Attila D20s as well if you have some downtime. They are an absolutely phenomenal team that tells some really, really great stories. And not just the ones that I'm in. There are other stuff as well, and they have a whole load of content coming out for November and a charity month, I think, in December as well. So yeah, do make sure you check out Attila D20s. I will put them in chat at this stage so you can check out their stuff. So Richard, into the next session, you are carrying inspiration. It is it's not the same as the inspiration I would give you for playing in game. So it can stack. You can hang on to these, and you can give that inspiration to another player. It is yours to use what you wish. So you can mark that down on your notes if you wish. And that's it for the first session. I'm Declan. I've been your Dungeon Master. It's so good to be back in this world and playing really, really annoying old ladies. Who needs villains when you can just play a little old lady who runs the shop? So I think that's what I'm going to do for the next 12 months. We're never leaving the village of Canuck. But you can find all of my projects at D8 Dungeon everywhere. Like, so we have a podcast called Romancing the... an award-winning podcast. Award-winning. It's important to put that out there. An award-winning podcast called Romancing the Dungeon that drops new episodes every second Friday. One just went out, and we're coming to the end of season 2. I'm very, very excited. Not because it's coming to an end, but because we're getting into season 3, and we're looking forward to what we're going to be doing in season 3. You can check out all the episodes of that podcast on whatever podcast platform you listen to. Much like our Twitch streams, the podcast is also available on YouTube if that's where you prefer to grab your content. And that's youtube.com/D8Dungeon. And come hang out in our Discord server. There are some awesome, lovely people. And there will be where the Old Mare, which is the tavern in Canuck, is reopening for business. So if you want to drop in for a pint of mead and discuss the show, or chat with the players, or discuss how you might have handled the wooing of Diara from Bernard, or would you have drank from that mystical bottle you found under the sink like Diara? Diara has a lot of things to blame on herself, really, here. But or would you survive a session with Annam? If you want to know more about the world of Dowen, or our characters, or anything like that, do hop over on our Discord. Last thing I'm going to mention is we are planning our Christmas special, our Xmas special for Romancing the Dungeon. And following the charity stream, D8 Dungeon Drive this summer, it is going to be a Flicky-inspired origin story set around the holiday. So it's a Christmas holiday Flicky the Kobold Xmas special, which just rolls right off the tongue. And it will be a stream, not a podcast. So we will be doing it. And if that sounds like something you'd like to get involved in, maybe you want to play in a ridiculous holiday Hallmark special, then get in touch with us, d8dungeon@gmail.com. We're working on merch. Who said that? Did that slip out? We're working on merch. So there's merch coming. That's it. I'm going to shut up. It has been so much fun. Have a great night. And see you in 2 weeks. Bye-sies.
Bye. Bye.
I forgot where the off button was. I found it now.
Did you find it?
I did.